Hey everybody, happy Saturday, happy Memorial Day weekend to everybody here. Hey Krista, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. I'm doing good.
Good.
I'd say I'm happy that it's the weekend, but I'm working today and tomorrow. So
Well, I'm happy it's
I,
the weekend.
yeah, you get a 3-day weekend too, don't you?
I do. Yep.
Nice. I
Yeah.
get a 3-day weekend, but it starts on Monday and then I get Tuesday, Wednesday off. So
Ah,
either way, it's fun.
well, at
Good
least
stuff.
you get 3 days.
That is true. That is true. And we have a nice weather. I mean, we had the nasty storms roll through last night. Tomorrow looks like it's going to be a wash, but today looked like a pretty nice day
Well,
here.
more's supposed to come in tonight, I heard.
Yeah,
So, yeah,
so
sit
yeah,
back and
yeah. Sunday is supposed to be a mess, but Monday looks pretty good here in St. Louis.
good deal.
Hope it's the same wherever you guys are tuning in tonight.
Yeah, everybody stay safe because I did just hear that a tornado touched down somewhere in Texas recently.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And then also, make sure that if you're enjoying some adult beverages this weekend, make sure that you do it responsibly. And we want you back next Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for sure.
Yep.
So,
Yes, most definitely.
Yes.
Most definitely.
Oop, I got to turn this on. There we go. Big plans for Memorial Day?
Nothing. No,
Yeah.
I'm going to my stepson's tomorrow, but that's it. Nothing.
Cool. Yeah, we're having a little pool party Monday. So
Cool.
the first one of the year. So hopefully I can get the pool to not be green anymore.
Is it still green?
I had it cleared up, but I didn't get to clean it the last couple days, and it's kind of greenish
You better
now.
get to it. Monday is the day after tomorrow.
I know. My wife's out there cleaning it now, and
Oh.
then I'll hit it Monday all day.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah.
She just texted me that nothing's coming out of the jet, so I'll do that when I'm done. So
Nice.
it's nice to have, but man, it's a pain in the butt. Anyway, hey, we have a great show tonight. Stephanie O'Reilly from McInteer Villa out in Atchison, Kansas is joining us. She's in backstage right now. Yeah, you know what? It's kind of thrown me for a loop because the past couple of weeks we've been promoting Ashmore, and that's done. I don't have the slide, but do you want to talk about Alabama?
Yeah, June 7th and 8th is the Alabama Bigfoot Conference in Anniston, Alabama. And tickets, you can get tickets. They're really cheap. They're like $30 online, and it's BamaBigfootConference.com, I think it is the website. But yeah, come see us. Everybody's there like, Bigfoot Michigan Rob. Oh my God, now I got to remember this. Bigfoot Michigan Rob.
There, sorry.
Texas the MC, Barton Nunnelly, Martin Groves, Daryl Denton, Jason McLean, Greg Ogles, and I'm sorry if I forget anybody else. Brandy and I were speaking.
Yeah. And
anybody, but
Greg's going to have his big premiere of his documentary. Not the premiere of the documentary, the trailer for it.
Teaser, yep.
So, yeah, that'll be fun. It'll be
a lot of fun.
Yeah, I believe that'll also be on YouTube after that. So,
yeah.
All right, so let's go ahead and bring Stephanie up. She's ready. She's actually, let's bring her up there. Hey, Steph.
Hi.
You are actually in our neck of the woods right now. You're in St. Louis.
Apparently, I'm a stalker. I'm down the street.
Yeah.
I know where I'm at. You don't know where I'm at. So.
Oh boy.
I know where you're at though, because you said that.
Yeah, you told me. I have no clue.
Well, sorry if I keep moving around. I'm like trying to sit still.
When we had you on Blondes and Booze, you had a rental car of some sort, and you were trying to figure it out. I don't know if you remember that or not.
Oh, I remember it because it was a Tesla, and I ended up having to get a tow truck right outside Texas, because I think I talked to you right outside Wichita, and then a few more hours I made it to right outside Denton, Texas, and I had to crawl out the trunk, and they had to tow my car away, that car away.
Oh, that's awful.
It was oh my gosh, it was just a nightmare. So it's funny because I have a rental car now, and I posted, I think yesterday, saying, and it's not a Tesla. And if you know, you know. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
I have I don't know, a little Subaru or something. I don't even know what I have, but it's not a Tesla.
There you go.
Cool. So, like we said before, you are the owner of McInteer Villa out in Atchison, Kansas.
Yes.
Can you give us a brief history of the place? I was kind of reading up on it, but it would probably be much better coming from you.
Yeah, maybe not. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It's well, the house was built in 1889. It was finished in 1 year for $14,000 for John McInteer, who was a saddle and harness maker. He was one of the wealthiest men in Kansas. He was also into real estate. He came over from Ireland. Oh, let's see. The house, it was a boarding house for 27 years. It's been a private residence other than the 27 years it was a boarding house. 9 documented deaths. 1 was a suicide. I bought the house 6.5 years ago, January 2018, with my dad. And there it is.
Yeah. I guess this picture was taken in the fall. You have skeletons all over it.
Well, okay, I'd like to say that was just for the fall, but actually those skeletons on the bicycles are not there. That actually was fall because I saw the mums too, but I don't see the skeleton horse in the front. But
I was just going to ask you, do you still have the skeleton horse in the front?
I do. It's weird that it's not in that picture, but
I didn't get that picture. Hang on. Keep talking about the history. Okay. I'll find that picture.
So that's why there's a skeleton horse, is because Mr. McInteer was a saddle and harness maker. So I bought the house 6.5 years ago with just wanting to do paranormal events, overnights, ghost hunting, just anything like that. And then I kind of just joked with my parents. My mom wanted no part of it, I guess. And my dad took like 2 seconds and said he would do it. So he co-signed, and here I am 6.5 years later.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. And you stay busy too. I know it's you rent, it's like booked all year, isn't it?
It is. Every weekend is booked through 2024. I have a few weekends already booked in 2025. And it's just crazy to me. But it's booking. It's booking fast. It's crazy busy, and it's just awesome.
Yeah. Nice. It's a beautiful building. I can attest. I've been there.
Thank you.
It's beautiful. You take very good care of it, for sure.
Pain in my butt, but I love it.
And here is
there it
is.
Okay. Now that would be fall because the 12-foot skeleton. But
yeah.
He's not out year round. The ones on the carriage, they're not out year round, but the skeleton horses and the ones on the bicycle. Actually, I just took those down. So I try not to be too campy.
And you know what's really funny is all the skeletons out there directly across the street from her is a daycare.
Yes.
I know this because I used to live in Atchison and my girls went to that school.
But you know what? I bet the kids love that skeleton up when it's up, the 12-foot skeleton.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the kids do. You can hear them outside and they'll yell. Or you can actually hear them. They pretend to have a haunted house. Now, I don't think the people or the lady who runs the daycare likes the skeletons that much, but I explained to her, I told her it's not to be like all campy and all skeleton-ish, year round. So, but she didn't know about the Mr. McInteer being a saddle and harness maker, so that's why he's there. So she didn't like it at first, but I think now that they do.
Yeah.
So Pam has the visitatchison.com, which has your villa there. And then I also have the website for it, and I will go ahead and pin that on. Well, I can't do it just yet because that heart thing's in the way. So as soon as somebody comments and moves it up, I'll get that pinned on the top of the thing. So how long have you been doing paranormal stuff?
I have no clue. It's hard to explain. I don't really ghost. I ghost hunt. That sounds stupid, but I never had like an experience as a kid, or nothing happened to me that makes me like wonder what's going on out there. I just like to get scared, and I went to the Crescent Hotel, and something happened that I can't explain, like the squeaky wheel gurney being pushed down the hallway between 3 and 4 in the morning, and I just thought somebody ordered a room service, and I thought it was weird. But then when I took the tour and they said the squeaky wheeled gurney and the nurse and the residual haunting, I'm like, what? And that just makes you think, like, what? I mean, just because I honestly never thought. I mean, now with haunted stuff, there are people that I've noticed that love or just they believe in the ghosts, or there's just no ghosts. I mean, I get the skeptics, that's fine, but I just never thought anything about it. Never thought either way. So it's funny that just like what is like when you can't explain something, it's just fun to me.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Do you?
Well,
go ahead. Go ahead, Chris. Go ahead.
I was just going to ask, for people who are watching and will be watching, what are some of the hot spots at McInteer?
Oh goodness. It's weird because I don't know. I can tell you yesterday would have been the end of the hallway or the TV room. A few weeks ago, it was probably the attic. I think when you guys were there, it was probably the attic for me anyway.
Yeah, the attic was, we did that. We did the double Estes, if you remember right. It was with Karen and Jessica Potter. Yeah. Yeah, that was cool.
It's just, I'm going to say has a mind of its own, but when people ask me like, who's my favorite spirit or who all haunts the place, I don't know. There's something that mimics people. Some days it's the basement that is just not okay. The other day, actually, I was there with Katie Stafford, and her and I were hanging out, and it was the first time ever. I walked up to the attic, and I'm like, I'm not doing it. I can't do it. I'm not going in. And really? I'm like, not doing it. And eventually, I ended up going up there, but I've never said that. So, I mean, it's just weird. It's just wherever it wants to go that day.
Yeah.
And a guy was at the house yesterday by himself, and he was waiting for a team to show up. And he sends me a text, and he thought I was there. He's deaf, but he was trying to take a nap, and somebody was pulling on his shirt, and he thought I was waking him up, and nothing. It wasn't me. I wasn't there. And he sends the text like, "F your house," and he's like, "I'm leaving until you get here." And I'm like, it's a whole different feel when you're by yourself. I mean, it's just, I can't even explain that house.
Yeah.
Wow. So you guys, I don't know if it was this week or it was recently that you put out a video either on Facebook or on YouTube where you and a girlfriend were in the house or something, and she didn't know where you were. And kind of explain that, and I'll try and find the link to that video, and I'll put it on there.
So Katie was over as she was sitting in the library. I was coming up the back staircase, or the surface staircase. I could hear her say, like, "Stephanie, where's Stephanie?" And I didn't respond, I guess. It sounds mean, but I just didn't respond for some reason. But I heard what I thought was her. It was a whisper, but I heard in my ear like a female, and this is going to sound stupid, but it's like, shh, 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 is kind of what I heard in my ear. Nothing what the camera picked up. So I got on the camera because I asked her, "Did you whisper?" And she said no. And it's not like I didn't believe her. It's just my cameras. I tell people all the time that if you hear something, feel something, see something, let me check the cameras, because you never know if it picks something up. And the male voice was, I can't tell if he's angry, if he's hurt, if he's just growly. I mean, but it was so crazy how loud it was. And it was the opposite end of the hallway that I was at.
Wow.
It almost sounded like he was just kind of, oh, she lost again or something like that.
Right. Someone thought he said that, like, Steph. And I'm not hoping he doesn't say that, but maybe it does.
Okay, I'm putting the link out there in the chat for your Facebook page. So if you click on the Facebook page, if you go, it's the first video. There's a couple pictures of you, and then there's a video down below that, and it's on there. It's pretty cool.
And later on, I think it might have been right before that, and I'm gonna post it. I'll probably post it after we end the podcast, but earlier that evening, Katie was laughing, and so I stopped, and I go, "Something just laughed with you," And she's like, no, I was just laughing. I'm like, yeah, but something laughed with you. And so I got on the camera in the library, and you hear her laugh, but then you hear something sound just like her laugh, but it's not her. I mean, it's
which is really interesting because I know Katie really well, and she's got one of a kind voice. She's loud and she's kind of, roughly, you know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah, exactly.
That, would be hard for just your typical female, I feel, to come in and replicate. Wow, that's interesting.
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah, and it was. I mean, when she laughed, and yeah, it was loud. It was like the very end of it was ha ha ha, but it sounds weird. But that's exactly same, just everything. But you could tell it wasn't her, but it was trying to sound like her. It was
very cool.
Weird. So crazy. Yep.
Very cool.
Do you have security cameras in each room or in a lot of the rooms?
I do have the security cameras in almost all of the rooms. The basement has 7 rooms, and I don't have them in every room in the basement. I think I might have 3 in the basement. I try to put them in as many rooms as possible because, like houses today, they're just like nice and open.
Yeah.
That the villa is not, and so it's just so new to me still, even though I've had it 6.5 years. It sounds weird, but when things happen, it's so interactive that it's so cool. It's just another way, I guess, for people to maybe get some get activity or get evidence.
Right.
It is for security, number 1, because I don't live there, but 2, those cameras pick up crazy things that you wouldn't even think they would pick up, I guess. Like I had a friend there, and she heard 3 knocks on a door or on a metal, actually. And I didn't hear them. And so I got on the camera. Then she tried to mimic them. And she goes, yep, that's it. And then a voice said, that's not it. And then it goes on to say, idiot. But we never would have known unless I checked the camera because of those 3 little taps. So I do tell people, for any reason at all. It may sound silly. And most of the time it doesn't pick anything up. But that when it does, it's like, I don't know, I'm like this, but when it does, it's so exciting. It's just crazy.
Right. Have you ever taken anything home with you? Anything followed you home from McInteer?
I don't know. There's something that's been happening at my house, and it's funny you say that, or you ask that, because just yesterday I had talked to a friend, Melissa, and I was telling her I think something followed me home from the Monroe house. Something weird happened at the Monroe house. It took my earring out. This one, it's in 3 pieces, and it put it together, and it was laying right next to me when I woke up. The next night, because we stayed 2 nights, the next night, the same earring in 3 pieces, all put together, but underneath the cushion. And I had headphones on covering my ear, but it took this earring out. Last Thursday at my house, my dog, I have a little 6-pound Yorkie, and she is scared of nothing. I mean, nothing, but she hates people. She hates anything with a heartbeat, basically. But there was something that was going on in the house, and she was trying to get out, and she wanted to leave. She kept looking upstairs, and she walked in between the refrigerator and like the wall and wouldn't come out. Like she was shoving herself in this little crevice area. And so I've never put my recorder out, but I did. And I said, leave her alone. Stop being a D word. And you hear a man full on talking, just full on sentences for I don't know how long. And then that night, or the next morning, I woke up, my same earring out, 3 pieces, all put together though. The back,
that's
everything.
Weird.
And I'm like, no. So, I mean, I don't know. Not to say that I wasn't so tired, but I don't think I was.
Yeah.
I've never done that. So I've never been a person to say, like, you can't leave with me. I just assume who wants to. So why would, I mean, that sounds weird, but why would they want to? But I've been told by a lot of people that something does follow me around.
Wow.
I just don't know who or what or why or.
And you said how difficult it is. It's not easy to take your earring off.
Right.
I mean, how long does it take you to take that off? I mean, is it just
It doesn't take much to take it off, but but I have like, I don't know if you can see it. So I have like the diamond part and then a jacket around it. So those 2 are by themselves. And then of course the back piece. And so I just don't take them out because they're stupid expensive from somebody that I'm never giving back to. Sorry. Different podcast, different show. No,
right.
Gotcha.
And so I know that I won't take them out. But the first night at the Monroe house, I just was like, well, we were so tired. Maybe, just maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I thought, my brain someplace else, whatever. But then when I did it the next night and it was underneath the cushion and I had headphones on covering my ear, but it kept saying Stephanie. And my friend Wendy had asked, well, Stephanie's standing in the kitchen. Did you want to, I don't know if she said like, hang out with Stephanie, take advantage of Stephanie or something, but it said something very disgusting, dirty. And I've never had that happen. But my name has been mentioned at pretty much every location I've gone to. And I don't think Stephanie is like the easiest. I mean, Steph is, but so I don't know if it's something from my house. If so, get out of my back seat. Sorry. Or go back. People pay.
Yeah. So we were just up at Krista and I and a bunch of other people were up at Ashmore Estates last weekend. And I had somebody was doing the Essence Method and Paranormal Paul came up.
What?
That was kind of creepy. So I don't think that spirits like me too much either. One called me an idiot. This one told me to shut up. So,
I get told that.
Yeah.
Daily.
Yeah.
Yeah. And something at my house called me a stupid dumb B word. I'm like, get in line, not the first. But to me, it's so cool because it's interactive. Because I mean, I had asked, are you happy we're all in here? And it was a marionette doll with human hair, and the response was, no, I'm not, stupid dumb B word, and then a crazy evil laugh. But it was so clear, and I get how people probably may not believe how clear it is, or we didn't hear it, but just come to the villa, you'll see.
Now, do you have a lot of or any of the original furniture or any original pieces from when Mr. McInteer had the building?
I don't. It was a boarding house from 1925 to 1952. And then Goldie or Isabel Altus lived there by herself with the hopes of restoring it from the boarding house to, I believe, what I have it as. And then the Girardis bought the house in 1969. So it was pretty much in the 70s decor when I purchased it. Shag carpet, the entire house. But I'm glad that they had the carpet because when the carpet was pulled up, it's gorgeous. They're gorgeous floors. Yeah. And they, so no, nothing came with the house. I mean, chandeliers were brought in. I brought in everything. So basically, Facebook Marketplace is my best friend.
Yeah.
And stores. Yep.
Yeah. What are some of the other strange things that goes on there that either you've captured or other people have captured?
When I'm there by myself, they do mess with me a lot. And I post a lot of those videos. Like I'm in the dining room and something whistles very loudly. I don't know, they just seem to mess with me a lot. I tell people all the time that the second floor is my least favorite. But if I'm investigating, it's my favorite. If I spend the night alone, I'm not going upstairs. I would rather be in the basement where the 7 rooms. It looks like Silence of the Lambs. I tell people, it looks like you're going to get murdered. I'm like, no one has. Let's go. But
and you spent the night in there by yourself?
I do a lot, yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
Not the brightest. I'm not no one ever said I was.
I was going to say, that's pretty brave.
It's not very smart. Just because it gets uncomfortable. A few months ago, I was in the basement. The group that had checked out that morning, there were some lights on. Not a big deal. I went down to turn them out, and I noticed that the curtains in one room were open. And it's kind of gross behind those curtains because I didn't clean them. And so I say, who does that? And then something mimicked me and said, who does that? And then threw a rock. So that night I did go home. I would have probably, no, I wouldn't have stayed. There's no way that, even though I didn't feel uncomfortable, if you can throw a rock, we're done. So some people think that whatever's there doesn't like me. Some people think that they love me. One girl described it as, I don't know if they love you or hate you, but they react to you. Other things that other people have experienced, a lot of people get their butts pinched. hair pulled. The voices have been very loud lately. Just audible voices, just like I heard the whispering the other day, and I heard an extra laugh with her laughing. The shadows, the shadows are crazy. There's one in the hallway that was captured, and you can see it go down the hall, and it kind of looks like a crab when you slow it down. I've seen one crawl across the ceiling in the basement. Growls, babies crying.
A little bit of everything.
Yep. Something mimics people. 3 people have seen me walking around, and I wasn't there walking around. That's got to be the scariest thing in the world anyone's ever.
Right. Oh, wow. No kidding.
2 of these? No.
No kidding. Well, I didn't mean that. I meant.
Yeah, I think you
did. No. Yeah. I meant that's creepy seeing.
Yeah.
But
How am I going to dig out of this? Krista, you take over. I'm going to leave.
It's all good, Paul. It's all good.
But Katie was actually one of them. She was standing by the back staircase going towards the attic. I came up the front staircase or the main staircase, and she goes, no, you just went upstairs. I'm like, no, I didn't. She's like, I just watched you. I'm like, nope.
Wow. Yes. And see, to me, that would be creepy just because, like, people are seeing doppelgangers of yourself, you know?
Yeah, no. I've heard me talking on the, actually there was an event not too long ago, and a guy came out of the bathroom on the 2nd floor, and he heard some shuffling around, and he asked, who's out there? And it was my voice, and I say, what? But I'm downstairs in the dining room talking to a friend. So he comes downstairs, and he's like, did you just say something? I'm like, nope. I got on the camera. Sure enough, it's me talking, but it's not me.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's a little unnerving. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Do they mimic other people?
They do. I've had people ask me to check the camera because one girl actually heard her friend talking to her. She didn't want to go to the bathroom by herself, so she stood outside. She had her friend stand outside the bathroom while she went into the bathroom. And she said her friend was talking the entire time she was in there. And when she came out, her friend said she didn't say anything. She's like, that was your voice. You were talking. I've heard people talk. I'm in the shower, and I would hear someone talking like they're in the bathroom with me. And it's weird because, like, my husband at the time, whatever. He was out mowing, but I heard him say hi. I'm in the shower, and I'm like, hey, but he was not in the house. So it seems like it's just so weird. I've heard my dad on the recorder, and it could be him. I just don't feel he's there, and that's fine because he's in a good spot. He's good. So when he came through on the recorder, I accidentally erased it, and people are like, "Oh," I'm like, "No, it's good." But how do I even know it's him?
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah.
Right.
I mean, if something's going around there mimicking you, I mean,
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't have trusted it either. I've had that happen at the Pythian Castle.
Oh wow! Yeah.
Yeah. Mimic a voice. Yeah. So yeah, I get what you're saying. And my loved one had never been to the Pythian Castle. You know what I'm saying? So there's no way that it.
Yeah. And like people will be there, and they'll the house will say it'll say their name. It will sometimes with birthdays it will say happy birthday.
Kind of cool though.
It is kind of cool. They don't always
if they meet, and if they say happy birthday, idiot.
I'm gonna get them to do that.
Maybe I won't go there. I don't know. No.
There's actually a recording on my Instagram. I think it's on Instagram and Facebook, but I always ask, well, I don't always, but I'm like, do you like me or Jeff better? And Jeff is my ex-husband, but it always says Jeff. Whatever's at the house. I think there are many spirits at the house, and they always say Jeff. So I'm like, so my spirits lie. But there's one time I'm in the attic, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to ask real quick. Do you like me or Jeff better? And so clearly, and it sounds like my voice, Stephanie, like so clear.
That's cool.
And it is. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, they like me better. Finally, they admitted it.
Yeah. You know what people don't understand is that literally the whole town of Atchison is haunted. And I don't mean like just the Sally house. There's more than just the Sally house and the McInteer and Atchison. Like I can't even begin to tell you how many private cases that I have done in that area.
Oh, wow.
Just crazy. And I mean, we get evidence, it's, I don't know why. I don't know if it's because it's right there along the river or what, what amps it up. No idea.
Yeah, I always wonder like what makes, it's funny because when I first started hearing like, or learned, I guess that Atchison was the most haunted town in Kansas. I'm like, who's doing the voting?
Right.
Like, because I would think Leavenworth, but you're right, Atchison. There's just something. It's crazy.
Off. There's really, honestly, I feel like there's something off about that town.
Yes, that's funny because that's how I describe the house a lot lately. I'm like, it's off. That's the only way I can say off. So that's a good way to describe Atchison. Yep.
Yeah. Is Atchison right on a river?
Or is that... As soon as you cross the bridge from Missouri, and it's Atchison's right there.
Okay.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And it's and actually the McInteer, and now I'm guessing, and maybe Stephanie, you know a little better, but you're only maybe 14 blocks from Sally House?
Yeah. Well, I'm on 13th Street and they're on 2nd.
There we go. That's close. That's close.
It is like a maybe 5-minute drive.
Yeah.
20-minute walk.
And that's only because of stop signs.
Right. And who does that anyway? Whoops, sorry.
Yeah.
I know here it's called St. Louis stop. I don't know what it's called any other place. Just kind of rolling through. Just look, okay, nobody's coming. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Now I've heard of the Sally House, and I've heard Sally House is pretty demonic, isn't it, Krista?
Yes.
And you don't have that, terrible negative energy at McInteer.
No, no. What I tell people is, when it's off, I just take it as not everyone has a good day. I'm not everyone's cup of tea, and I don't know who's there at any given day, I guess. So I know when it's off, and I know when it's time to go home. And I live a little over an hour away, but there are many times I've driven the hour out there, lasted 5 minutes, and I drive right back home because it just feels off. So I'm assuming that they're just having a bad day, or just it's not for them that day.
Yeah.
And I know that, so I just go on home. So evil, demonic, no. Angry sometimes, sure.
Yeah.
Same.
I would wholeheartedly agree with you. When I was there, nothing at all demonic,
Right. Yeah. Like Katie was there. I think actually might have been a year ago. She was in the basement and something pinched her butt. And then the recorder picked up, that was crazy. Like,
wow.
Well, you're welcome. Kind of rude. They never do that to me, but that's all right.
Right.
Wow.
They're rude.
Yeah. What people don't realize too is really cool part of Atchison is Amelia Earhart is from there. So
yes.
There's a museum there, and it's small. I've been there, but yeah, it's cool.
You know what? I've not been there. I need to go.
Yeah. You've never been there? You're that close?
I haven't. Mm-mm.
Oh, wow.
I've really not been to too many places in Atchison. When I go out there, it's just to get something done, and then to, I go back home. So I need to go do stuff so I can.
There is another building, and if I can find it, I will send it to you. And it's there. Oh my gosh, it's another beautiful building there in Atchison, and it's I think it's like on 4th or 5th Street, but it's a museum also.
The Cray Museum.
I went with Tony and Deb Pickman, and beautiful building. And
nice. The Cray Museum has
going in.
Oh, it's gorgeous. Gorgeous. They actually have the same fireplace tile as the dining room at the McInteer. It's just a different color. I always thought it told a story because of the Lemp Mansion here. I'm obsessed with that place. Oh, sorry. And there goes. I just dropped it.
Whoa.
Okay, there goes that. Oh, God. So I've been probably 9 times. I was going to say something about the Lemp. Gosh.
You're not far from the Lemp right now. You're only 45 minutes from the Lemp where you're sitting right now.
Maybe I might be late to where I'm going. I do love the Lemp Mansion. I don't even know. I think I just got distracted thinking of the Lemp, so who knows what I was saying.
I've only gone to dinner there. I've heard stories about it, but I've only gone to dinner there one time with actually my ex-wife. But I would love to go back and spend the night there. And since it's local right here, so
I've never eaten there, but I've spent the night there, and I have never left without something insane. I mean, the history and I think it's the book, The History and Haunting of Lemp Mansion.
Mm-hmm.
There are some pictures of mine that are in there. The story is not all the way correct. I may not have had expressed it to her correctly, but there are some pictures. It was just crazy. I had no idea that if you book during the middle of the week and no one else has booked, you get the whole place to yourself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if you like to get scared, that's it. Or go on the second floor of the McInteer.
My cousin and her girlfriend went to stay the night at the Lemp Mansion. I think they were the only ones in the house. They locked off the kitchen and I think the bar area, but you had free reign over the rest of the house. And you know, she said she heard footsteps and like what sounded like bowling balls dropping right outside their room and everything. And I don't remember if she said anything about tugging on the sheets or whatever. But yeah, that's kind of crazy there.
Yeah,
that's really cool. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you think there's like well, I talked with Josh Hurd and we were talking about like a connection with the Villisca and Malvern Manor, and do you think there's some sort of weird connection with like just maybe those towns like with Atchison, because they also say like the Sally House is kind of connected in there too, like,
right? I wonder, because that you know, that does make sense. I mean, I was telling someone just yesterday during a tour that Malvern and Villisca are each 2 hours.
Yep.
Like exact 2 hours door to door. And yeah, it is, I don't know. At Leavenworth also, I was talking about somebody who was, there was a pretty well-known lynching that Mr. McInteer's brother-in-law had gone to in Leavenworth. That's like 30 minutes away from the villa. And the very next day, David Glidden, actually, Charles.
Love Dave Glidden.
I do too.
Great.
He's all right.
He's great.
Charles and I were in the kids' room just chatting and had the recorder going, not investigating, we were just talking. And David was upstairs. And then when he came down, we were playing the recorder for him because something weird was happening. But anyway, the day before I talked about this lynching, the recorder had picked up a man screaming, "I'm burning." He was like, there are 10 of them. It was very descriptive.
Oh, wow.
They are outside the green room by the stairs. They got me. I'm captured. I'm burning. It was crazy.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
crazy. So I don't know where I'm going with that story either, but you were asking, I think, like different things that happen at the villa activity wise. I mean, I don't even know where that kind of activity came from. It's cool. It's awesome. It's sad.
Right.
The baby's crying. I know people are like, oh, I'm like, but really? I mean,
it's kind of creepy.
Kind of creeps me out a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would think hearing a spirit of a baby crying, that would be kind of weird.
Yeah. Oh, it was. I heard it with my ears, and I'm like, where? It was weird. And I was in the basement. It was. It was not comfortable.
Yeah. Have you traced it back to see like if there were births and maybe a baby, died?
There was a 4-day-old infant that passed away there.
Gotcha.
She was 4 days old. Yeah.
That's sad.
And that was when it was a boarding house. We've captured somebody has captured a baby crying in the kids' room, and I have that on my Facebook and Instagram page. When I heard the crying with my ears, my camera didn't even pick it up, but it was so clear, and it was just
wow.
Yeah.
That's
or
cool.
the little kid voices, like there's a little girl that was captured on the second floor saying, "Are you here to play with me right now?" No, I'm not.
No, you're on your own tonight.
Not now, not ever.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was kind of looking around on your website. You have an art gallery that shows pictures of, pictures of all the rooms and stuff in the house. And you got skeletons on playing the piano.
Oh, what's funny is that I just had that website put together and I haven't even gone through it.
Well, there's a picture, towards the top of it that there's a skeleton sitting next to an upright piano.
Oh yes, that must have been at Christmas time. I do put more skeletons out at Christmas and Halloween.
Yeah.
And Christmas. So because who doesn't want Christmas skeletons?
Okay, so I got to ask a personal question here. I have one of those 12-foot skeletons too, and I obviously have it out for Halloween. Do you put a Santa suit on it for Christmas?
Yes.
Okay. Good. I'm not the only one.
Do,
okay.
And I also have him. Okay, so there's also, I don't get the Santa outfits that you can purchase for them, because then it's like everybody else has. It sounds weird. But it does. It's just, I got two big Santa hats and then cut them in half and made it one big one.
Yep.
And then I can't remember what the pants, and they look like a crop top basically for his shirt. But I had it was a tree topper, and it's an elf head. But then I have my skeleton holding the elf head because it's so light. It's a tree topper, so it's like he's got a head. Maybe that's why this school doesn't like it. That's why. That's all coming together. Full circle. I get it.
Yeah.
Funny.
I think we bought like a 5X or 6X or something Santa suit, and it still looks like he's wearing Bermuda shorts and a tank top ready to go to the beach.
Yes, I think that's how we. So I think that's right.
So if anybody watching, if they have a 12-foot skeleton, let me know what kind of clothes to put to get that'll fit it.
Just take up sewing. Just
And you have one of the bedrooms. It looks like you have Raggedy Ann dolls.
Yes,
those are just creepy. To begin with.
I do love a Raggedy Ann. I don't like clowns. And a lot of people don't like dolls. I'm okay with dolls, so that's why there are dolls in there. Raggedy Ann and Andy. I think I don't know why I have this. I just love Raggedy Ann and Andy. And oh gosh, the skeleton there's a skeleton. No, there's not. There's a mannequin in the kids' room. Was that there when you were there?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so he's still there. I've not taken him out. And so that's kind of creepy to people, but I just get lazy and I don't do it to creep people out. But but it kind of works. Another thing that's been happening lately, well, I would say the past few months, maybe 6 months or a year, I guess, balloons. They've really been playing a lot with the helium balloons.
Oh, wow.
And I don't know if it's the kids. I don't know if it's adult spirits. Maybe it's just something new, but I normally put 3 or 4 of them at the bottom of the main staircase. And for the most part, they just lose helium and fall to the floor. But every once in a while, like one will go up to the second floor, down that long hallway, up to the attic. They've been landing in the attic. And like just one, but the rest don't even move. But you can see the string being pulled. So something new, kind of new.
Wow.
They've been doing.
Yeah.
And just walking in your place, even if you're not into ghosts, like it's like walking back in time.
And what's funny is when I first bought the house, I was going to just do 1 or 2 rooms in that time period because it's pricey. And I'm like, not that I'm cheap, but that's pricey.
And that's a big house.
It's a big house. But then once you start doing 1 or 2, you see how pretty it is. You're like, yeah, you kind of have to keep going.
Right.
So
no, I gotcha.
It's been a lot of fun, and like I said, a pain, but it's been a lot of fun, and it's different for me.
I got the web.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I got the website pinned on the top of the chat. Go ahead and check that out. It's like the girls were talking about. The decor there is just really neat. It just looks really old fashioned and really done nice. So I'm sorry. Go ahead, Krista.
I was just gonna say, do you ever have people just like want to just a tour of it, not into the ghost thing, just want to?
Yep, I do tours all the time. I ask people to just give me at least a day notice since I don't live there and I don't have. And when I do tours, I'm always there, or at least someone is there. So I don't just do like the self-guided tours, like the Sally House down the street. They do self-guided tours every day, and you can just get like a code and you can go in the house. Right. I wish I could do that, but there's just too much at the house.
You have a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah.
I don't blame you.
I still do those. Like yesterday, I was at the house to do some yard work. That's dumb. But I go outside, I have my headphones on. I have these big like hedge cutter things, whatever. And 2 people are just standing at my back door. And I think I cussed at them because it scared the heck out of me. And then they're like, oh, we just want to know if you'll give us a tour. I'm like, absolutely. And I'm like, wait a minute, are you here to kill me? I should ask them first as you're in my house. But so people, if I'm there, I have no problem giving a tour as long as there aren't groups spending the night. But yeah, for the most part, I just ask if they just give me at least a day notice.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, it's a beautiful building. It really is. I do highly suggest if anybody's wanting to do some overnight ghosting or anything like that, it's well worth it for sure.
We've had weddings there. Another wedding is planned in November for another, bride. We've had surprise parties, a wine tasting. So,
that's cool.
I mean, it can be used for more than paranormal. It's mostly paranormal, but
yeah.
But so people know it's big enough for in case they have something different or unique they want to use the house for.
Yeah. Yep. Lots of rooms.
And you said you're booked up through 24, rest of this year, and then parts of 25, correct?
I have my weekends are. Yep, I do still have weekdays that are available in 2024. A few weekends have already been booked in 2025. So it's $100 to hold the date, and I know that life happens, so it gets somebody on the calendar. Mm-hmm. So they have to just pick a date, and I know that things change. I mean, I think I have. I don't want to say. I'm just going to say something stupid. So why don't you guys talk, and I won't say stupid stuff.
You're good. You're good.
Oh my Lord.
I think maybe like next year we might get in touch with you to book a Saturday and do a Blondes and Booze event. This year we did Ashmore, Malvern, and the Ray County Museum, but next year maybe we'll reach out to you and see about holding an event up there. And
that'd be awesome. Yes,
I'm down for that. I'll be there.
Yeah. It's cool. Very cool. Yeah, like I said, anybody's in the area, it's worth going to for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm clicking on some of these things on your website. You have to be a member to do some of the things on here. For members only. Log in, join now. Okay. Sorry. Scratch that. Well, I'll edit that out in post.
What? Do I have to yell? What? Why am I yelling? There's going to be a link there where people can, I think for a small fee, I haven't done it yet, obviously, watch cameras.
I see.
So they can have access to, I was going to do like 3 or 4 cameras that people can have access to 24/7. So that's probably what that is.
That would be cool. There is a library that in, I believe it's Indiana that does that.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
The Lemp Mansion used to do it. I don't know if they still do, but I know on the second floor they used to. Oh, okay.
Well, very cool. Yeah.
It was on Truth or Tinfoil that I was on with Randy.
Yep.
And I can't remember the name of that library.
It's a library. Yeah, that does that.
But the cameras weren't working when we were trying to get on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Unless you had to be a member for it.
Maybe so.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, that is cool. Is there a limit on how many people can for groups and stuff to go there?
If it's a private group, like somebody with their team, for the one fee of $500 for a Friday or Saturday, you can have up to 10 people. I allow up to 15. It's just $25 per person. Sunday through Thursday it's still 10 people. It's just $100 less. Mm-hmm. For events, I've had events with. I tell people probably don't do more than 30. It's a lot. I mean, even though it's a big house, and I know business-wise, you want to sell as many tickets as possible. Activity-wise, obviously, just like any other place, it's harder to get activity. But if we can do up to 30 people, I mean, absolutely have done it. And some people do like different kinds of events where they do. Some tickets end at 2 a.m, and then some people pay extra and they spend the night. If you get the house, just you and your team or your family or whatever, it's from 3 p.m. until 10 a.m. and you do get the entire house. I meet everyone there. Everyone signs a waiver. I have, I'll give everyone a door code so they can come and go as they please. The Wi-Fi and a tour. And also there's tons of bottled water, sodas, coffee. I tell people they can sleep on the beds, not in the beds. And they just have access to the whole house.
Yep.
Nice. I had a question. I completely lost it.
Completely lost it.
That never happens to me.
I came up to it was Katie and Katie's event, and it was Sarah Lamos was there and Cindy Kaza. It was fun. It was a great event.
It was so fun. Oh my gosh. I was just talking about that the other day. That was good. Yeah.
Well, and it was funny because I got there and, I was an attendee. I came with Aaron Eck, and I was an attendee, and Katie, she seen that Saturday morning. She's like, I need your help. You know how to check people in. Check them in. So I checked everybody in, and I missed what Cindy was doing a reading inside there. I'm like, here I am working, and I'm an attendee.
Oh no.
It was okay though. I love Katie, so it wasn't a problem. But yeah, it was funny.
When I saw I had met Cindy just for a few minutes, maybe a minute in Vegas a few months prior, before she came to the villa. And so when she came to the villa, I thought, I don't know, my stupid ego thought she recognized me. And so she got out of her car, came up to me and gave me a big hug. And then she said, how is the place? I'm like, oh my gosh, it's crazy active, but the owner, freaking crazy. And then she's like, really? And I'm like, no, it's me. Me. She's like, oh, okay. Actually, I said, she's a B word. And she's like, oh no. And then I ran into her in the basement, and she was like, oh my gosh, you're right. That owner, she's a smart but yeah. I don't want to cuss because I don't know if I'm supposed to. So, I want it noted that I filtered. In case anyone says I oh my gosh. But she's so sweet. And I tell her all the time, like, she was just, I loved just meeting her and just hearing her talking to the group. I don't want to brag, but I did get to listen to the gallery reading. Sorry.
Thanks. Rub it in. I was working for Katie.
Good. You should have heard it.
I know what I wanted to ask you. Is there a time of the year that's more active than others at McInteer?
I kind of think that it is. I know a lot of people book around Halloween time because it's Halloween. And it's actually 24 or 365, but something around fall. I want to say September through December, actually. That's when most of the deaths occurred at the villa, is between September and December.
Really?
Wow.
So I think that's why it's, in my opinion, I think it's just active day, night. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Nice.
So what were
awesome.
You said you're headed to Ohio. Is it an event there you're doing, or just a private?
Just going with some friends to go to tomorrow night is Fairfield.
Okay.
I said it wrong. I think yesterday. Infirmary. I don't know. I've never been, and I'm so excited.
Yeah. Very.
Now,
cool.
You said you were going with friends. You do realize there's nobody in your car, right?
That you can see. There's a trunk. I'm sorry. What?
Wow.
What? I said it out loud.
So right now, there's nothing going on at McInteer. There's no spirits. They're all in your car.
That's right. They're all here. That's right. Everyone came from Colorado. I think they flew. I think they're all already there.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm the only one from Kansas.
Yeah.
And Ohio's about a 8-hour drive from St. Louis. So you got
12 hours.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Are you driving straight through, or are you?
Well,
you're getting ready to hit Illinois and Indiana, and no offense to Illinois and Indiana, but man, that's a boring drive. Probably
outside of Indianapolis. Yeah, it's boring. I hope you have good music.
Yeah. I normally, I'm from Texas, and so it's like a 7 or 8 hour drive from Kansas to Dallas. And I never listen to music. I'm not on the phone. I'm not, as much as this thing yaps and doesn't shut up. When I'm in the car driving by myself, I love road trips. It's just quiet. It's peaceful. But I normally go at the middle of the night because I just like driving when no one else is out. But I didn't today because it's 12 hours. And I thought, in case I need to pull over to, I don't know. I was looking up truck stops. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh.
Yeah, they can be a little shady.
Yeah.
I'll probably look for a place to stay. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't listen to the music. I mean, I don't know. So now I might have to start listening to some music or, I'm going through Illinois and Indiana.
Yeah. I mean, you could probably see if Lemp Mansion has a room tonight and probably stay there.
Oh, shut your mouth. Oh my goodness.
Well, that's fun. So yeah, I have your website and I had your Facebook page. Let me post that on here on the chat again. For anybody who wants to come visit you. Yeah, it looks fantastic, and Chris has been there. She loves it. Mm-hmm. So yeah. Yep. Cool. Yeah, so go check them out over there.
Mm-hmm, for sure.
And then come over here to St. Louis to the Lemp Mansion too.
That's right. And bring me too.
There you go. There you go.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Steph, I appreciate you coming on and stopping in St. Louis as well. I see. Yeah. Now I see the Wentzville Water Tower behind you. I didn't see that before.
Oh, I was like, oh, there.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, there it is.
There it is. And I'm looking at Target going, oh, I might have to hit that. I've already stopped at Sam's Club because I'm an old lady, and I love Sam's and Costco. And when I take road trips, those are the stops I like to make. So I've already done Sam's.
That's funny.
and you got a long drive to go still, so yeah.
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, have a safe trip. Watch out for those weirdos on the road on the weekend here on the Memorial Day weekend.
Oh, yes. Thank you guys.
So take care.
Good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Appreciate you coming on there. All righty.
Bye.
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 All righty. That was fun. She's fun. And she just went away. So yeah. Head on out to I sounded Canadian there. Head on out to McInteer. That's we'll have to work on that. That would be kind of neat to go there.
Yeah, it is. It's seriously, it's like walking back in time. She's done a great job. And I will say, you go into a lot of these haunted locations and they're dirty and dusty. This place isn't. Like, she does take care of it. It's very clean and bathrooms are spotless, and she does a great job with it. She really does.
I guess there's something that can be said for both styles of historic haunted houses like that. Like Ashmore, that was, it wasn't run down or anything, but it was.
No, but it's a different type of building too.
Right.
You gotta think there.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Okay.
Different type. But, for Ashmore, the kind of building it is, it's very clean building. Yeah. But there's some of them you go through and it's like, oh my goodness, Yeah.
Yeah. But that was fun.
Mm-hmm.
So, everybody, hope you enjoyed it. Thank you all for coming on in the chat. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Have a safe weekend. Also want to make sure that we remember all the fallen heroes that fought for our country and everything. We wouldn't be here doing this kind of crazy fun stuff if it weren't for them. Right. So
absolutely,
thank all of them, and thank all of our vets.
Everybody to tune in to Bigfoot Michigan Rob tonight at 11 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to be talking about little people, I do believe, and I believe PRT will be coming live shortly on Rumble.
Yeah, he usually starts 8 or 8:30. So, So head on over to PRT and then BMR later on tonight. So I gotta get up early tomorrow, so I don't know if I'll make BMR's show later on. So
really understand.
Yeah. So all right, everybody, have a great weekend. We will see you. Well, who do you have Thursday coming on your show?
Shoot, I don't know offhand. I don't have my calendar in front of me.
I don't have mine either for next.
Brandy, I can say Brandy. I know she'll be there.
and Josh. Well, hopefully Josh will be there.
Josh will be there.
And you'll be there. So
So right now I'm not sure. I have to look on my calendar. Honestly, I think it I'm not sure.
Okay.
Just leave it at that because who's on my calendar I already had, so I don't know.
Whoops. All right. Well, you'll have that out later on this week. So
for sure.
All right, everybody. Have a safe weekend. We will talk to you guys next Saturday. Take care.
Good night.